Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 219. My name is Dan, and I will be your host today. Before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit the little bell. But you know what? This time around, actually, put the thumbs up. I want to test something. I'm just learned this week that it helps putting that little thumbs up or a like. So give it a shot, guys. I just want to try something out this week. So, and again, cheers to you all. Thanks again for passing it over 500 subscribers, and I've got a good prize this time. It's coming in the mail. This was actually my dad's idea. So, but it's all hard rock. So, cheers to you all. Let's get it over 500 and get it to 600, so even more. So cheers to you guys all. And yes, I went and got some Grand Marnier today. There we go. Okay, today's episode is going to be another one of my remembering forgotten bands. And this one is really forgotten, if not even unknown. But members of this band are known. So we are going to talk about hard rock band Wrabit. That's Wrabit. Would I have bought this had I not known there were actually some members of the band from other bands and going to other bands? No, not even close. My friend Darren, who's actually done a couple of episodes with me, actually introduced me to this band. And I saw the cover. I was like, what is that? And he explained to me what type of music it was and who was in it. I was like, I'm in. So who is Wrabit? And they only have 3 albums. So it was a quick little collection. And I'm a completist. You guys know that by now, I'm sure. So this band is from Ottawa. What do they resemble? Oh my God. Earlier on, I guess I would compare them to Heavy Sticks verging on Max Webster and early Lee Aaron, and you'll see the comparison here. That type of rock here. They're Canadian. They're from Ottawa. Formed in 1977, disbanded in around 1984, if I believe. So, album number 1 has actually 6 members. So the first lineup is Les Nadeau, not Kevin, right? Les Nadeau on vocals, like Les Nessman. I needed to put that jab in there. That's a little inside joke between me and him there. David Applin on guitar. Another Les. Oh my God. Les Paulhaus on keyboards. Chris Brockway on bass. Scott Jefferson Steck on drums. And John Albani on guitar. More on that guy later, right? Cheers again. Okay. So that would be the first lineup of the band Wrabit. Then they went and moved from Ottawa to Toronto to start recording with producer Paul Gross, I guess. And no, I literally had to go check this one. It's not the Due South guy. There's actually 2 Paul Grosses in Canada, which had fame. One's a producer for, hard rock or a music producer. The other one's an actor. You must know him from Due South or Men with Brooms. That Paul Gross. That's not the one that is a producer, by the way. So, in 1981, and before I show the cover, there's two versions. So Canada only had 1981 just called Wrabit, okay, self-titled. Then it got they got a contract with MCA. So then it got reissued as Rough and Ready. And I didn't know anything about this, but the album cover is drawn by Chuck Jones. You must know him from Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny. That's the guy that drew the cover for Wrabit. Now, again, would I have bought this as a kid? No, like not even close. This does not look like anything that I would you could say I bought a used copy of this way back there. I've had this for over a year, if not two. I forget when Darren showed me this, but yeah. So this one here is more like heavy sticks. Okay, it's got some big keyboard. I guess they had a minor hit with Anytime Anyway. Too Many Years is actually very good. Don't Say Goodnight to Rock and Roll. It's about as heavy as Loverboy and Honeymoon Suite, I guess, if you want to compare them to other Canadian bands. I don't know much American bands that sound like Loverboy and Honeymoon Suite. Was that just a Canadian thing? But anyway, this is their first album, first titled Wrabit, then went Rough and Ready. It got reissued a year later, but worldwide, I guess. The first issue was Canada only. The Canada only version has just like a bunch of squares, just like same colors with the pink and this color and gray. There's a theme usually with their anyway, and I was like, do I need to buy a fourth album? No. It's either this self-titled or Rough and Ready. So this is their first one. And they've had many lineup changes here. So after this one, Applin, Paul Haas, and Steck leave. Applin, goes on to join Lee Aaron's debut album only. Okay? So 1982, they release first of all, they did not like the direction that the second album was heading into, which was a tad heavier. And I use the word tad. It's still, think of, again, heavy Honeymoon Suite, heavier Loverboy, heavy Sticks, but a little bit more, not as light. This is a little bit more heavier. So out goes those three, Applin, Paul House, and Steck. In comes Gerald O'Brien on keyboard, and from Max Webster, Gary McCracken on drums. That one I was actually pretty cool to find that out here. And this would be my favorite of their three albums. This is a tad heavier, just more guitar. They're still keyboards, but they're not as poppy, Run for Cover is great. Bare Knuckler, this whole album is actually very good. Thanks, Darren. This is actually a very good band that I personally I would go for this one here. There's only three albums, so it's not a big collection. If you want to start a collection, I'm not here to tell you to. And you can see again the gray, the pink, the same colors. So Tracks would be their second album. Not sure if it's because of Gary McCracken on drums there, but I do enjoy his drumming there. Not too show-offy, just... So yeah, I guess Max Webster was done at this time here. Well, this is 1982, right? Yeah, they were done in 1980. So there you go. Wrabit, Tracks, a little bit heavier. They toured with Rush in Canada, by the way. for their Canadian tour. But these guys were like, I didn't know who Wrabit was, to be honest, even if they were from Ottawa. But apparently they were more popular in Japan than Canada. So they toured over there, a little minor tour over there. But yeah, after this one, obviously, another lineup change. So out goes McCracken and O'Brien. And you got Gary Craig on drums, Lou Pomanti on keyboards. I have no clue who those guys are. And they go and record their last album, West Side Kid. Again, there's 6 guys here. Oh, there's a guy, John Ruthledge, on background vocals. But yeah, John Albani, same. Still a good album, very good. Probably about as good as the first one. I would say, like, that Tracks one to me is their best one here. But you know what? All 3 of them are actually very, very solid albums here. So, but it was not to be. This came out in 1983, and by year's end, they had broken up, tensions, not really going anywhere, I guess. So when I said, there's some groups that go, so, well, when these guys go and disband, then John Albani, I don't know if you'll recognize this guy here, goes on to join the Lee Aaron band and becomes a main writing partner with her for at least a decade. From Metal Queen, I'm not sure if he's on the first, I don't think he's on the first one, but from Metal Queen up until Some Girls Do. I'm not sure about Emotional Rain, but I know he's definitely on Some Girls Do. So yeah, he's had, like, that's Lee Aaron and John Albani were like the big, that's the reason why Lee Aaron is Lee Aaron in the 80s, was John Albani on guitar. And Chris Brockway, this guy here, also played bass for Lee Aaron, but not as long as probably like an album, maybe like Metal Queen. I think that's the same guy on the Metal Queen there, but yeah, short-lived little band. If you like your pop hard rock, I guess, yeah, it's they're not expensive. 3 albums, like I said, this you see this, and then you see what came out at this time here, 1981. Okay, must see not The Elder there, but like Creatures of the Night. This, like, you see this, or I don't know, like Killers, Iron Maiden. There you go. There's another one there. That was actually about that time. Would you buy this or Killers from Iron Maiden? Like, it didn't, but it's one of those that maybe the album artwork hurt the band. I don't know. Never in a million years would I have bought this band had it not been for Darren introducing me to those guys. So thanks, Darren. That was actually a good find. So and good music. Good little found out Phil McCracken used to be a drummer on that. Then John Albani is the reason, actually. He showed me the picture of that Rough and Ready. I was like, oh my God, John Albani used to be in that. I'm like, that's the guitarist from Lee Aaron. I'm like, and he's like, yeah. So yeah, first formed officially in Ottawa, then moved to Toronto. So there you go. That's my little remembering forgotten bands. Did you guys actually know who Wrabit was? Did you guys know it existed? I did not know this existed until 2 years ago. I'll be honest, but it was a good find. Small little collection to to complete, and now I got all three, and actually enjoyed. I played them the last couple of days also, just to make sure that I'm ready for this episode here. And I was like, man, you know what? This is actually pretty good, especially tracks. It's a tad heavier, good hard rock there. So give it a chance if you're curious about this band here. So because Gary McCracken from Max Webster and John Albani all do it. Most importantly is John Albani, going on to Lee Aaron for at least a good decade, if not more. And the good songs, you know, from Lee Aaron is due to him and Lee Aaron. So there you go. Anyway, on that note, I would like to thank you guys for watching. Hope I helped you discover a new band. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see there. So cheers to you guys. And we shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.